What's up, everybody? Once again, it is Dragon here with the next installment of Minecraft Survival. Alrighty, we are going to jump right in and get started because this time around we are going to explore that ravine we found last time. We will do some more things other than that, but I do want to at least show you how big and how much ravines have to offer. I didn't put a whole lot of enthusiasm behind them last time because we had the entirety of the cave, but ravines are actually good for more than just being holes in the ground. So before we take off, we are going to update a few things. I see. We'll put the sword in the useful items. We're going to grab a few things out of here. First things first, I want to make a sword. Let's get rid of all that. Nope, 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 nope. All right. So we got our sword. And actually, I am fairly confident that we will get enough iron back from the ravine that I'm going to make a full set of iron armor. So it doesn't matter what material you're using, whether it be iron, gold, diamond. The recipe for armor is always going to be the exact same. So for boots, you want to put 2 pieces of material on either side. The next thing you want is pants. Pants will be 7 pieces of material. 1 up this side, 1 up this side, 1 across the top. Or I should say 1 on each of the right panels, 1 on each of the left panels, and 1 on top. The next thing after pants you want is a chest plate. And chest plate is 1 in each panel except for the top middle. And finally we want a helmet, which a helmet is almost like pants except you do 2 up either side and then 1 across the top. So just leave the bottom on the left and right blank, and that gets you a helmet. All right, so the way you equip armor is you will go to your inventory and you'll see you've got 4 specialty slots up here that isn't part of your normal inventory. So you can drag and drop into the appropriate place. You can also just hit Y from your inventory and the game will know exactly where to assign it. So here's me, full set of iron armor. We've still got 15 pieces of iron left over. So we'll put that back just in case. I'm fairly good on food. I don't think that we'll need to get any more. We might get a few more pieces just in case. But I do want to make some more torches. Ravines are enormous, and I don't want you guys to miss out on anything because I didn't bring enough torches. So we'll get that. We're gonna do, yeah, we'll go chop down some trees and get some more that way. I did say last time that we were gonna get a horse. We may enclose a horse, but you do need a saddle. And at the moment, there is no way to craft a saddle, so that means we'll have to find it down in an abandoned mine shaft or something like that. So we may or may not get to the horse today, but we will kind of explore around the village, see what other things we've got to work with. So I'm going to make a ton of sticks. And I'm probably over preparing on the torch game, but once again, I want to be sure that we have enough for everything. So yeah, almost 2 1/3 stacks, 2 1/2 stacks. Perfect for what we're going to be doing. I'm actually going to take 3 more iron, and I will explain my process as we go. Because what I'm going to do with these 3 iron, if you take 3 iron, you put 1 on the left, 1 on the right, and 1 kind of in the middle to make a V, little tiny V. You get a bucket I did talk about buckets a little bit last time around. They are good for carrying fluids. So we are actually going to grab some water here. That way we can ride down it when we get down into the ravine. Could have grabbed it from there. But when we get to the ravine, we'll be able to get to the lower levels by riding down a little water spout. And now that we're armored up, we won't take as much damage from enemies. And I think we actually, if we accidentally fall, I think we should still be a little bit better off. So one thing I do want to do, I do want to grab this iron and coal right here before we go down. So let me mine some stone. We'll build ourselves a little bridge. Oops. Knocked my torch down. Alrighty. That's alright. Let's go ahead and 14 should be enough to get us across. Once again, I'm going to be using crouch to keep me from falling off. And as you can see, I am pressed right up against this edge, but the crouch is keeping me from falling down. We've actually got a little bit of a better look now that we're kind of over the ravine. You can see how it stretches from one direction to the other. When I'm confident that we've mined everything we can from up here, we'll go further down and I'll kind of show you what it's all about. But since this ravine does go so deep, this would be a good time to get into all the things that you can get from just mining in general. I've touched on a few things. Obviously last time we found iron, so we'll continue to grab that as that becomes available to us, because it's going to be kind of your bread and butter. Iron is a good balance between what is readily available and what is good as far as utility. Oh no, I kind of botched that, but I'm not going to go jumping down after one thing of iron. Alrighty, so when you get to certain depths in a mine, as you're exploring, whether you're finding a pre-spawned one like we have here or whether you're digging one yourself, there are certain depths, and I'm sorry I don't have numbers, like hard numbers for you guys, but certain depths will give you access to some things. We saw lava last time that goes from a certain depth and under. I did touch on us being able to find gold and diamond. Those happen at certain depths. I think it's Y coordinate 14, between 14 and 30. Like I said, survival is not my forte. My rule of thumb is if you're finding gold and you're finding lava, then diamonds shouldn't be too far away, depending on your seed. I've been in worlds where diamond was readily available. Not necessarily common, but there was very little work involved in obtaining it. I've also been in worlds where it was nigh impossible to find. So it's one of those things that it's kind of just a little bit of luck and a little bit of what kind of seed did you generate. So for those of y'all who watched episode 1, you saw that we just plugged in a random phrase to generate this seed, so we will get what we get. I exerted no control over how this world was generated. I wanted it to be as random as possible so that you guys would get a true, just kind of run-of-the-mill, luck-of-the-draw type map. I am not one who likes to stack the deck in my favor, unless I'm playing competitively. Then there's winning involved, and who doesn't like to win? All right, so we've kind of reached the end of this go around. I'll mine backwards towards there. We saw some coal as we were passing, so we'll go back and pick that up. This is a pretty high shelf. We haven't really gone any deeper into the ravine, so I didn't expect to get to like diamonds or anything that I just mentioned. I was hoping to get some more iron. It just didn't happen. So once we go back around, if we don't find anything too exciting, then we'll go ahead and waterfall down and see what the bottom has. Usually, oh, there is iron right there. I did not see that. There's another shelf, and we may mine up instead of down. But we'll come back for those iron pieces. We may just mine down to the next shelf if that's the case. I don't know if you can see these red dots right there. That is a spider. So spiders in general, not a huge deal. Episode 1, we fought a bunch of spiders in order to get the string we needed to craft our bed. Caves, much like with creepers and other things, kind of throw a new spin on it because of how enclosed caves are. Goodness gracious, I just found another branch. Okay, it doesn't go very far. But we do have some more iron over here, so we'll get that. Because of the enclosed space, caves tend to be another element altogether when it comes to fighting things like creepers and spiders. There is also a cave variant of the spider. It's really a different enemy altogether. But the dangerous thing about a cave spider, a specific cave spider, is that it is actually poisonous. So while normal spiders will just do damage if they run into you, a cave spider can actually poison you and do damage over time. I don't know if the poison kills you or if it just drops you to minimum health. Either way, it's not something we really want to mess with if we have the opportunity to not. But that is why I made the armor and the sword before we left, because I do want to maximize our odds while we're out here. Speaking of which, taking a look at this pickaxe, I definitely want to go back and craft a new one. Good news is the iron procurement is, I was going to say, at an all-time high. We got about 40 pieces last time, so I will reserve that phraseology for when we have more than 40 pieces. But we are getting some good iron. I do expect that the deeper we go, the cooler stuff we'll get, because this seems to be a pretty involved cave. Had I seen this in episode 1, then we could have gotten a bit of a jump start on it. But I'm still pretty okay with the way things are progressing. So here we go. This is the coal I was after earlier. Ooh. So one thing I really should do while I'm thinking about it is I will, oh, come on, get up there. Yeah, I think I will do this. I'm going to put my water bucket right here, and that will allow the water to flow. And then that way, if for whatever reason, I'm going over here or whatever, and I do fall, then I have a way back up, and we won't have to mine our way back up. But let's go back to the house real quick and grab another pickaxe. That way we can do all the exploring we want to. We'll go ahead and sleep since it looks to be dark. Ooh, skeleton. No bueno. But he does have a golden helmet on. I do want to try to see if I can get him to drop that. Ooh, we got some wood here. Oh, we got a zombie villager. We got a skeleton behind us. Alright, so unlike everything else. Alright. So, a lot of bad guys here. And I'm sorry I didn't explain everything that just happened there. Most of it's not worth talking about right now. The only big difference is the zombie villager that you guys saw. There is a way to convert them to normal villagers, but we won't get into that right now. That is an entire setup that we probably don't have enough materials for a little while. So we'll hold off on that. We did get the helmet from the skeleton, so that's pretty cool. I'll probably use that sometime later. And yeah, all the rest of this can go in the useless items. We'll keep half of this just in case. We'll probably end up getting more later. But I'll go ahead and drop this stuff off so we can get smelting. We will go ahead and make our 2 pickaxes. I'm definitely over prepared. That's all right. There are worse things to be in the world. All right, so go ahead and get that back in there. I don't think I'll need more food, but we'll see. Might as well. See if there are any pigs or anything around. I don't. Ooh, there's a pig. Ooh, spider. I think I said this last time. Spiders in the daytime are passive and non-hostile. Oh no! The fact that I am seeing some iron ingots just free roaming means that our village's iron golem has met his early demise. That's very sad. I will be taking this for my own uses, but that's really unfortunate. Iron golems are very good at protecting, and I hate that he's not. Alright, I'm going to kill this drowned. I've seen this guy off and on in the last couple of episodes. We're finally in a position where these guys shouldn't scare us anymore. But yeah, not having an iron golem is not the best. Alrighty, I guess we can go back in the cave now. I tend not to hurt spiders during the daytime just because they are passive. They don't drop anything we especially need. Once again, now that I've got a bed, I don't really need string. I won't really need string until we get fishing rods, and for the time being, that's just not something we're going to need right away. There's a creeper. We do have a bow that we got from a skeleton. I want to say that was episode 1 when we got that. So I won't need to build a bow for quite some time. I don't really use bows until we can start doing the enchanting stuff that I touched on last time. And for that reason, spiders I pretty much just leave alone until I need string. They don't drop anything food-wise. They don't drop anything that's immediately useful. Once we start exploring other dimensions like the nether, then their drops will come into play a little bit more. But I'm not terribly invested in just killing them for sport. Mostly because they don't really do anything. So on the other hand, creepers, I will kill at all points so that we can get gunpowder. Skeletons, I don't know why I keep setting those too far ahead of me. Skeletons, I'll usually kill on sight for the bones and the arrows. Those are immediately useful. Zombies, unless they are holding something in particular that I want, or unless they are wearing armor. As long as they're not bothering me, I tend to not bother them. That being said, if I am in a position where a zombie is like facing me, obviously he does not have the same inhibition, I will say, and therefore it'll just be a matter of self-defense at that point. But we're making pretty good progress around here. So this is the other end of the ravine. So as you can see, it's a pretty good stretch. So we'll mine around, but I think pretty much once we get back to where we made that tiny little bridge, we can go down to the next level. I may skip some of the more tedious parts of mining. But yeah, it looks like we're breaking through here. Yeah, didn't find any more coal, didn't find anything else. I did see some bad guys spawning down there, so we might have a little bit of a tussle on our hands. All right, here we go. So, actually, I don't know which would be better. So I touched on this last time. Let me explain a little bit more in detail. So each tool has specific blocks that it, I don't know, is more efficient with. I don't know the best way to really articulate that. But, you know, you always want to use the right tool for the right job. So when you are mining through sand, dirt, gravel, clay, which doesn't come up too often, but stuff like that is best used, or best mined through, I should say, with the shovel. Anything that's wood-based, whether it be logs, planks, anything made out of wood like fences, doors, that kind of a thing, that's best utilized, or that's best accomplished by using the axe. And then anything stone related, so all manner of stone variants, all manner of stone types, anything that is made or crafted out of stone, that's where your pickaxe is going to come into play. And so when you see me switching tools like that, it just means that I'm trying to cut down on the amount of time we spend mining stuff out, because as much as I do want this to be a tutorial, it doesn't have to be mind numbing. So you guys, you know, don't need to see everything at every time. So if there is a way to cut down on the monotony, then I will do that. And switching tools is a good way to kind of cut down on the amount of time spent just drilling through things. So But I do want to light up the majority of this ravine just so you can kind of get a sense of the scope of it. I will try not to miss things as we go around. It will be much easier to see from the opposite end. So I will just try to maintain a sense of how far or close we are to things. That way, if I need to mine up for iron or whatever was above us on that last level, we can get that as we pass it and not forget about it, not miss it. Alrighty, lots of coal. I maintain that coal is a very underrated and multi-purpose resource. I guess it's two uses. So, fuel for your furnaces and torches. I'm sure there's another use. I'm just not thinking about it right now. But here we go. We're progressing pretty well. Was this where the iron was up here? Probably not. Okay, so let's just keep going then. Over 100 torches, so I don't think we'll have to worry about running out. I was kind of hoping that this ravine would have a lava pool at the bottom. Sometimes they do, especially when they don't break all the way up to the surface. This one, in a sense, does, I believe, if that's the surface I'm looking at. So, unfortunately, this one doesn't have a lava pool. And I know that I just got done saying in the last episode that lava is bad and we should avoid it at all costs. But it does have its uses. You can pour water over lava to make a block known as obsidian. And the obsidian blocks are one of the few, I don't know if I would say blast proof. They do have like a level. Goodness gracious, there goes that dumb gravel again. They do have a point in which they would explode, but it's so high. I don't know that anything would ever accomplish that level of explosiveness in survival. The only thing that's truly blast proof in this game is bedrock. I touched a little bit on that last time. Bedrock is the block that exists at the bottom of the world. So if you dig all the way down, when you hit Y coordinate 1, you hit bedrock. Bedrock is only able to be broken in creative mode. And before anyone asks, if anybody cares to know, I'll go ahead and tell you I've broken through bedrock in creative mode and I've gone below the bottom of the world and there's nothing there. So, in fact, because of the build limit restriction on the world, you can't even go down and build a little secret area below the bedrock. Trust me, that's pretty much the first thing I tried when creative mode came out for console. I wanted to build a secret base that I could go to in creative mode, and it would just exist below the world. Unfortunately, certain restrictions in what you're allowed to build and where you're allowed to build kind of prevent that. So it was still kind of fun to go down there and fly around and see what all there was to see. Ooh, this opened up into a new chamber. We should go explore. No particular reason, just more iron I saw. It doesn't look like this goes very far, but I did see a gravel particulate, so we'll just stop that up right there. And avoid that headache altogether. Oop, there goes one of our pickaxes. Are we on our last one? Yes, we are on our last one, which is fine. That's what we built it for. So, yeah, there's nothing else down here. We'll continue on outside in the ravine. All right, we've hit 20 iron ore, but remember we had, I want to say 18 that we dropped off. So we're getting closer to the same number of pieces that we hit last time we were in the cave. So let's get this coal. Alright, let me mine around here, see what we're working with. And once we get to the bottom, we will have a bit of a gauntlet to run because bottoms of ravines are fraught with bad guys. But once we get to the bottom and start lighting stuff up to where they don't spawn again, that'll be all the cave exploration we do this episode. If we've got any time left after that, we will either explore the area immediately around the village, or we will finish the interior decoration part of the house. I mean, it won't be too in-depth, but it'll be... Did you see that? There's a skeleton down there, and he wants us dead. So let's hug the wall a little bit more here as we get this iron. Perfect time to explain what I mean about lighting areas up versus spawning. So in the same way that the sun burns and kills skeletons and zombies and keeps things from spawning, the mechanics of it actually operate on a light level. I don't know if it's measured in actual scientific lumens or if Minecraft has its own metric that it goes off of. But basically, any amount of light that is the same value as what a torch generates is enough to keep bad guys from spawning. So, every time I put a torch down like that, within a specific radius of that torch, bad guys will not be able to spawn. And that is one of the key reasons why it's always good to have torches and stuff in Minecraft. The terrain of the cave, terrain of ravines, depending on what kind of a seed you get, navigating around lava pools, that kind of a thing. It comes with enough of a challenge without also having to fend off waves of skeletons or creepers or cave spiders or all manner and host of things that just make life difficult. So any chance you can take to kind of cut some of those challenges out in order to more focus on getting things. Thought I saw something up there. You always want to take those opportunities. So lighting areas up is a good way to kind of cut down on the amount of things that you have to contest with. Let's see. It's really not a good idea to mine straight up or down. Any experienced Minecrafter will tell you that, but at some point we all still do it. Here we go, get some more iron. This cave is absolutely riddled with it. That's excellent, in fact. And we haven't even gone through our first full stack of torches. If we do make it all the way around to our water spout, which it looks like we are going to, I'm going to go up and I'm going to make 2 more pickaxes, and I will probably just cut that part out. Either that or we may just save the bottom level for the next episode, because we've already been going at it for almost a half hour, I believe. Alright, so let's see. I haven't really exhausted my food, so I do want to show you guys the bottom of the ravine, so we'll go ahead and do that. Instead of riding the water spout down, I want to go ahead and light up the area from one side to the other. And there's no telling what's going to be waiting for us if I don't. So we've got the spiders, as you can see. They do look like your average, ordinary kind of spiders. So I don't think we have to worry about being poisoned by them. All right, I am going to block off the flow of water. Ooh, and that has revealed some iron. Let me torch up this area around here. The bottom level of a ravine is always going to be your best place for resources. In my experience, it is. Simply because, partly due to you not having to worry about falling. So you can kind of focus more on finding them. And that in of itself might be one of the key reasons you're not missing as much, because you're not shimmying around a rocky outcropping. There are, I don't know if you saw that swoop, there are bats in Minecraft. They are just kind of there to look pretty and add some ambience to the cave, or ambiance, depending on how you pronounce it. But they're not dangerous, they're not hostile, they don't bite you or suck your blood or anything like that. But it's a waste of time to try to kill them. They don't offer any kind of cool loot or anything like that. Oops, I'm about to drown. That being said, I don't think I've covered that. You can't actually drown in Minecraft. When you go underwater, oh, we found coal behind iron. Isn't that interesting? I'll demonstrate it for you in here in just a second. But when you go underwater, whether it's a water spout or an actual body of water, you get a new meter that pops up above your stamina, and it is illustrated by bubbles. And that is what measures your ability to breathe. There's no way to add to it or anything like that, but there are ways to maximize that meter when you are using it. So let me go under here. So you see that bubble meter that's popping up? So when those bubbles run out, you'll start losing health unless you come out here. Oh, you're trying to hurt me. That's no good. Wow, he did not have a whole lot in him. Probably fell down from one of the higher ledges. All right, I am not going to fight with this water. Okay, as you can see, even just getting deeper into the ravine, we're finding little branches that come off of it. You've seen me open up small veins when I'm getting the water away. That doesn't even look like a source block. How is that surviving that way? Yep, that's just a bug, is what that is. But here at the bottom of the ravine, we're probably at Y level, maybe 20 if I had to guess. Once again, with console, unless you activate the cheats, you can't actually see what your coordinate plane is. So, alright. Let me put a torch down so I can see. Oh, yes. Okay, this is one of the things I wanted to find. So let me go ahead and block this water off. Well, doing my best. Alright. Let me put a torch down to keep an eye out. Aha, look at him. Look, he picked up one of my coals that I dropped. That's adorable. But we'll deal with him in a second. This right here that I'm standing on, this is lapis, also known as bluestone, also known as lapis lazuli. It's got a couple names. But similar to the way coal works is it drops the useful item when you mine it. Unlike coal, as you can see, I drop it and multiples actually drop out of a single ore piece, so that's good. Lapis used to be the sole way that you would get blue dye when you are working with aesthetics. Blue dye is useful for changing colors of beds. You can get different colored clay, different colored concrete with it. But now they have added the blue cornflower. So lapis is better utilized for enchanting. It's, for lack of a better way of saying it, it is the currency of enchanting. So when you want to enchant something, you need both the experience levels, like I was talking about, that little green bar with the level 19 on it that I've got. Well, that was ineffective. It's because I've got this water spout coming down too. So, you know, you have to have the experience levels in order to successfully enchant, but then in order to actually, I guess, pay for the enchantment, it's not a great terminology. But the way you go about making the enchantment happen is you also spend lapis on it. So whenever you come across it in a cave, if you've got the inventory space, it's always good to grab, simply because enchantments can do a lot of things for you. If you do, you can enchant pretty much anything almost. Primarily you want to enchant weapons and armor. So it'll make armor tougher. It'll protect you against more things. With weapons, you get the ability to make them stronger, more durable. It makes your tools better, more efficient. Do I really want to be going down here right now? Yes and no. Yeah, this isn't real water because my bucket is having a hard time picking it up. Oh, I see another spider. And one of the reasons why I am coming down this way is you can come across dungeons. And specifically in Minecraft, dungeons are little bastions where monsters will spawn. But they also have secret treasure chests, in which case if you kill and or light up a dungeon enough to where the monsters don't spawn, then you can find things that are a little bit harder to discover. The saddles that I mentioned for riding a horse would be one thing you could get in a dungeon. You can get sometimes you can get armor, sometimes you can get ingots. Some of the rare materials like diamond vary from dungeon to dungeon, but sometimes you can get those as well. That just was a massive dead end, and I don't like that. So, I need to be calling it. There's just so much here. I'm going to come down here real quick because I do want to show you. Oh, goodness. I do want to show you because we've got obsidian here. And more iron. I can't resist. Yeah, that's the end of the pickaxe. So I'm going to show you a couple of things down here real quick, and then we will head back up to the surface, and this will just be part one of our ravine exploration. We'll get to the rest of it later, next week. But I'm going to try to block this off so the water doesn't push me into the lava. But I do want to show all of this stuff off. So, let me fix this buggy water. All right, so the two things I want to show you down here is this purplish black block is the obsidian I mentioned earlier. This is what happens when you pour water over a lava source block. And it does specifically have to be a lava source, because if you merge it with flowing lava, then you just create cobblestone. A lot of people make cobblestone generators out of it if you want an easy way to get cobblestone without doing a bunch of mining. The second thing is this right here. This is called redstone. As opposed to bluestone, it's not magical in any way, but it is the basis of circuitry and kind of electronics and stuff like that in Minecraft. So unfortunately, you need an iron pickaxe to mine it, and we do not have an iron pickaxe in our inventory anymore. So I will save this for next time, but for now, let's go ahead and get out of here. We had a really good haul this time around. We didn't even have to go through all of our food, although I am going to eat on the way out just in case. But I will torch this area up so that we can find it when we come back. We lucked out. Look at how big this cave is. We will throw down some extra torches. And we may do just a little... Look at that bat splashing around. Like I said, this is part one. We may do a little mini series out of this because we hit the mine jackpot here. And we've got it all nice and torched up. So when we come back, I won't be spending nearly as much time on the prep part. But for now, this is where we came in, I think. Nope. We got a lot of water here, so it's hard for me to remember. Yeah, this is where we came in. I'm going to put a special double torch indicator here. Boop, boop. That way. Whoa! Alright, you're dead. You're just dead. Dead, dead. Nope. Dang it. Alright. Creepers and caves means bad times. Alright, but I can swim up this way. And there we go. Here we are. So what I may do, because mining through the ravine and stuff like that was a little bit tedious this time around, I may go ahead and do some just prep work. I promise not to make any progress, but as you can see, there is a lot that can be done when you go into a mine. So I am going to... I might add a floor. In fact, no. Let's go ahead and add a floor here and now. Let's make it out of wood planks, because I think that would complement our aesthetic the best. So we will take this. It won't take me that long. Just mine out all the dirt. But yeah, since we're not speed running Minecraft or anything like that, we can take as much time as we need. So I'll just plan on doing a majority ravine run next time. We'll go down there. We'll explore the lava area to see. Bed is not obstructed. It's just hovering. We'll focus primarily on the lava area next time. And that's all I have. We're looking pretty good, so I think I can come out here and find a tree. Let me craft this bone into bone meal, because we do have a sapling over here. Boom, boom, boom. All right, I don't like that you are being stubborn. I'm going to get you more out in the open. Oop, that's fine. Grab all these bones. And depending on how long the cave exploration takes us next time, we may explore the village. I may show you some of the utility blocks. There we go. Oh gosh. So, creeper. Again, because we've got our armor, we didn't take that much damage, but had we been closer to the house, that would have been very, very, very inconvenient. So, let's just go ahead and grab our wood. Dang it. Ah! I was using the axe as a weapon there. Which you can do. Axes have a sharpness to them. There we go. That should be all the wood. We will fill in the hole next time. Not really worried about replacing my divots. We'll go ahead and sleep. I don't really want to deal with that. Alright, so we've got 24 wooden planks. Yeah. In any case, this was a good little episode. While I'm filling this in, just a reminder, as always, if there's something you want me to cover specifically, I have no agenda for this tutorial kind of a thing. We had perfectly enough. So since I don't have any kind of agenda, I don't mind pausing what I am doing in order to cover something more specific if there is something that you guys want to see. That's perfectly all right. Once again, this tutorial is more about you guys and learning and loving the game the way I do, and not about me doing anything particularly spectacular. So just let me know in the comments section what you want to see, and I will make a way to incorporate it into the next episode. As for anything else, I think we're well set up for a good episode next time. Like I said, if anything happens between episodes, it'll just be some basic prep work. I might just throw down some torches so that we don't have to worry about bad guys. I can show you guys things more quickly, sooner, expose you to the game a little bit better. But other than that, it has been a lot of fun hanging out with you guys. Thanks for playing. Thanks for watching. And like I said, if you have any questions, comments, or anything you want me to cover, feel free to leave a comment, and I promise you I will read it. But in the meantime, I hope you guys have a great week, and I will talk to you next time. All right. Bye, guys.